speed, and he gets a good jump on the ball off the bat, takes the right angle, makes the catch look easy.
Tito Nunez, the second baseman, 1 for 3 last night. He also drew a base on ball in the 7th inning. He stroked a line single up the middle. He did that in the 1st inning. So Tito Nunez, the second baseman, got tied up at an inside fastball, 88-mile-an-hour velocity. Tied him up, and it's flared foul up the right side, and it's out of play. 43-69 the attendance last night. I'm not sure we'll hit that tonight, but we'll be up in the 3s, I would think. It's Irish night at the ballpark. And there the Edmonton right-hander Kabinovic snaps off a curveball low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Nunez. And the pitch. They had some Celtic dancers. They had some exhibition of Irish sports. And it wouldn't be Irish night without green beer. As we do every year at Edmonton on St. Paddy's Day. Count of 2 balls and 1 strike. Fully back on the middle infield, midway at 1st and 3rd. Breaking ball misses down and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to the batter. Tito Nunez. What a year he's had. .349 batting average. And this will be his 47th game here tonight. Big muscular right-handed batter up there. And he gives one a ride, but he did get under it. It's a pop fly out in the left center field. Calabrese is on the run over, and he makes an easy running catch. 3 balls hit in the air. 0's over. The line totals here in the top half of the 1st inning. Ensure your vehicle performs its best by visiting Jiffy Lube for an oil change today. No appointment necessary. Warranty approved. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving. And we'll be back with the home half of the 1st inning in just a Jiffy Lube Jiffy. On the bump tonight for the Port Angeles Lefties, it'll be Garrick Hallpuck, big right-hander, 6'6", 230-pounder, out of Corvallis, Oregon. Is a sophomore from Centralia College. So he is an Oregon-born and bred ball player. Hallpuck will make his 4th start against 12 relief appearances, 33 innings, 36 hits, 24 runs, 15 earned, 12 base on balls, 27 strikeouts, a 1-2 record with a save, and a 4.09 earned run average. Garrett Hallpuck, the starting pitcher tonight. And Brett Ott will leave things off. He's out in right field here tonight. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be behind the batter and on the way to the padding under the backstop. I wouldn't be digging in.
No, I'd be on the balls of my feet if that's the type of pitching he's going to see. We saw a little bit of that from both pitchers last night. They got a little wild and see if he can get in the zone.
And the fastball high and away, ball 2 to Brett Ott. John McGill and Kelly Coro due up here in the last 1. Joe Ardado completes the battery. Alsop at first, Meyer at third, Vasquez at short. Nunez is the starting second baseman, fully back on the middle infield, midway on the corners. Dowdy is in left field. Jarrell is in center. Trent Jackson is the starting right fielder. Lefty's wearing a different uniform, I'll say that. It's got an orange sleeve and almost a combination of a blue and a purple main color, and no stirrup. 2 balls, 1 strike on the batter up. From the stretch, the pitch, 76 miles an hour. Good overhand curveball, swing and a miss. And the count to Brett Ott at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good job of changing speeds on Brett Ott, and couldn't time it up.
And here's the 2-2, high and away. Riverhawks are going to make a game effort to try to have 100,000 in the ballpark this summer. And in a 27-game season, that's really saying something about your fans. That's just under 4,000 per night average. Count is full, and here's the 3-2 pitch. Threw him a strike, and it's fouled to the backstop. Tomorrow night, we'll wrap up the series with the Lefties. They'll head home and finish out the season against the Bellingham Bells, and they won the first half flag in the north. That doesn't appear to be a day at the beach for anybody, let alone the Port Angeles Lefties. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. And Brett Ott not really in agreement with that call. The plate umpire tonight is Amen McCain. And you have 1 gone. John McGill will be the batter with a great year, .325 batting average. His 44th game tonight. This will be his 164th plate appearance. 21 runs and a collection of 53 hits, 23 runs batted in. Big man is, I wouldn't say he's a burner, but he can pick it up a little bit. He's got 5 bags. Johnny takes outside, 1 ball, no strike. McGill with a .380 slugging percentage and a .411 on base percentage. Fully back on the middle infield, that's Vasquez at short, Nunez at second base. Meyer is in on the grass at third. And a slider, swing and a miss. He ran that pitch in on McGill.
That was a real good pitch. Good movement on the slider.
Alsep is going to drop back at first base. He's now going to play about midway. Chance Dowdy, the left fielder. Corey Jarrell, the center fielder. Trent Jackson out in right field tonight. McGill with a real fine night last night. He went 3 for 4 with a walk and 2 runs scored. He lined a base hit up the middle in the first inning. He hit an opposite field double in the third, flied out in the fifth, walked and scored in the seventh, and got a 2-out knock in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Stranded at first base. University of British Columbia Thunderbird up there batting, and the pitch to him is too high. A 2-2 count here from Garrett Hallpuck. He's going to work right off the third base side of the pitching slab. Doesn't come from a windup. Just a little slide step home, and the pitch on the way. John McGill ropes the ball out into right field. He finds the hole, and that'll be the first knock of the ball game. McGill will collect his 4th hit of the series. 1 out and 1 on will go to Kelly Curl, who just didn't have a whole lot of luck last night. 3 times he tagged the ball pretty good for long outs. 1 to center, 2 to left, and was called out on strikes in the 7th inning. And on deck is Big Tom Poole, the first baseman. And here comes the pitch. Coral shows the bunt, draws the bat back. The pitch was right under his chin. Go to 1 ball, no strikes. Just got out of the way of that pitch.
He did. That shaved him pretty tight. And Kelly Crotch is in there pretty good.
And here's the 1-0 delivery. 86-mile-an-hour pitch is a breaking ball down and away. Sixteen teams playing tonight in the West Coast League as an outside pitch is pulled foul. The Walla Walla Sweets are in Ridgefield tonight. Wenatchee Apple Sox are in Bellingham. Springfield Drifters and the Bend Elks. Nanaimo is in Victoria. Play the Harbor Cats. Cowlitz and the Yakima Valley Pippins in Yakima. And here's the 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball in the dirt. Kamloops Northpaws and the Kelowna Falcons, Corvallis Knights, and the Portland Pickles to wrap up the slate of games in the West Coast League tonight as we are now into the final days of the regular season. The playoffs will get underway early in the second week of August. There's a change-up, pulled foul, and hit sharply off the bag at third base. Totals in the ball game tonight, or last night. 7 runs on 14 hits, 1 error, 9 left aboard for Edmonton. 1 run on 8 hits, 1 error, and 7 left on base. For the Lefties, who are really scuffling at present, they've lost 10 consecutive ball games. And that starts to wear on you after a while. And there's a walk issued to Kelly Coral, first and second base for Tom Poole.
Now, Tom Poole also has been swinging a real good bat, Al, and he's a man you want up in this situation. And I don't think he's going to be bunny.
Poole was 2 for 3 last night with a run batted in, and he scored 3 times. Here's the pitch to Tommy, and he takes a strike on the outside block. Winning pitcher last night was Matt Ridsdale, a left-hander. He was worth the price of admission alone. He threw 85 pitches, 53 of them in the strike zone. And with that victory, improved to 2-0 on the campaign. Down and away pitch. His total 7 innings, 1 earned run on 8 hits, 7 strikeouts. He only walked a batter. He hit 2 batters. And for the most part, pitched ahead in the count all night long. Here the Ducks are on the pond with 1 gone in the bottom of 1. Pitch was a strike, and Tom Poole was late on it. Popped it up foul down the left side, now to play. It's also Win Wednesday tonight. If the club does not win, anybody who desires it will get a GA ticket for tomorrow night's game. Here's the kick and the 1-2 pitch. The ball is nub foul. Starting pitcher last night for the Lefties was Cade Stewart. Took the loss, falls to 0-2, 6 innings, 4 earned runs, 10 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 base on ball. The Hawks got their runs in bunches on them, 2 of them in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 more in the 6th inning. High and outside pitch. Count leaving up at 2-2. Get a $25 gift card with your next full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube. Visit jiffylubeservice.ca for a location near you. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving. Runners aboard. McGill at second. Coral takes his lead at first. And the pitch. 89 miles an hour. Good location. He picked his spot nicely. Tom Poole is set down on strikes. And there's 2 out in the inning. Skylar Chang will make his first appearance of the campaign, or of the series. Skylar hitting .289 in 22 games, 76 at-bats. 12 runs, 22 hits, 6 runs batted in. He's got a bag, a .303 slugging percentage, and a .411 on-base percentage. There he waved at a big looping slow curveball. That's a money pitch to Chang, strike 1 on the batter. He was looking for something hard, and he got anything but.
That's exactly right. He was totally fooled on the pitch and totally out of the zone and swung at it anyway.
And the pitch is in there at the knee. Go to 0-2. Garrett Hallpuck, 6'6", right-hand pitcher.
Good pitch to throw after that breaking ball outside. You had a pretty good idea to lay off, just threw that fastball on the outside corner.
So he is 1 pitch away from getting out of the kettle here in the first inning. That's not the pitch. He did not intend to throw that for a strike. It was a dud. Fastball out of the zone. And the stretch by Hallpuck, the pitch on the way. Off the head of the bat, flare to the backstop.
Now that was 1 pitch. Looked like it could have been outside, but Skylar Chang now, he's got to protect that corner of the plate and swing at anything that's really close.
Hallpuck with a slide step home, the pitch on the way. 90 miles an hour. He really dialed that one up. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by the batter. And Hallpuck strikes out the side here in the bottom half of the first inning. So for the Hawks, no runs and a hit. 2 men left. We've got 1 inning complete, and we shall return to Remax Field for Wednesday Night Baseball. Mercurio Guardado will be the leadoff hitter here in the second inning, batting out of the 4 spot tonight. Owen Alsop, the first baseman, Julio Vasquez, the shortstop, due up here against Brady Kvitovich, who had 3 fly ball outs in the first inning. 2 wins on the year for Kvitovich out of the University of Niagara down there in upstate New York, not far from the Canadian border. And there's a bunt attempt, and it's fouled in the box. Strike 1 to Guardado.
Real good pitch, had a little dip on it. Trying to drag bunt, but couldn't get it done.
And the pitch. He turned this one right around. There's a fly ball to deep right field. That ball's got some carry. You can wave it goodbye. A home run for Guardado. He got all of that hanger out over the plate and nailed it over the wall. 371 feet and left the barrel of the bat at 96 miles an hour. And Guardado with his first home run of the season.
Now there's a situation, Al, where he got the ball up in the zone, just over the outside center of the plate, and Guardado got all of it. 371-foot shot.
And the pitch too high. Now the plate to the pole distance here at Remax Field and right is 320 feet, so he parked that one not only over the wall, across the boulevard, not into the parking lot. And the pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Alsop. Second half standings in the West Coast League. And it's a 1.5 lead now for the Wenatchee Apple Sox at 16-6. 1 1/2 games up against the ball club that'll be in here next, Victoria Harbor Cats at 14-7. 1 1/2 games back. Kelowna Falcons are 3 out of 13-9. Bellingham 12-9, 3.5 back. Bellingham won the flag in the first half in the North. Nanaimo at 10-12, 6 games back. Riverhawks at 9-13. The Kamloops North Paws at 4-16. And the Port Angeles Lefties lost 10 straight, but they're up here by a run. 4 wins, 18 losses in half number 2. And Corvallis at 18-4. A 2-game win streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Open up a 1 1/2 game lead in the South. There's a dribbler back towards the mound. Fielded by Kvitovich, and off his back leg, throws a strike onto the bag. And Owen Alsop is erased, 1 gone. Julio Vasquez the better.
Good breaking ball on the outside, Al, and got over top of it. 1-3 put out.
Corvallis at 18-4, the leaders in the South. 1.5 out. Cowlitz Black Bears at 17-6. And they went 3-3 against Riverhawks this season. Edmonton won 2 down in Cowlitz at the start of the year. And Cowlitz came back and won 2 here. Fly ball to right field, hit way high in the air. Brad Ott on the run back. Right on the warning track, leans across his body. And with 1 foot on the grass and 1 foot on the shale, makes a long running catch. And Vasquez just got under the pitch. Chance Dowdy will be the batter. Ridgefield Raptors at 14-9, 4.5 out. Bend Elks are a 500 ball club, 11-11, 7 back. 10 out. Springfield at 9-15. Portland Pickles are 9-15. They're also 10 games back of the leader. Yakima Valley at 8-14, 10 out. The Walla Walla Sweets at 7-15, 11 games back. And the pitch, 75 miles an hour, and he threw that one right up in the wheelhouse. Swing and a miss. Strike two to Dowdy.
And those are two straight breaking balls Kabitowicz is throwing. Done a good job with them.
89 mile an hour, hard sinking fastball, swing and a miss, and that is K number 1 on the night for Brady Kabitowicz. But Mercurio Juaradito with a 371-foot home run solo shot, and that'll give the Lefties a lead of 1 as we move to the bottom of 2. On to the bottom of 2, Jake Potternack, the designated hitter tonight. He'll lead it off, fully back in the middle infield, midway at first and third, outfield is straightaway. And the pitch, 73 mile an hour spinner. Nice breaking ball. Thrown here by Garrett Hallpuck. Yielded a 1-out single to John McGill, then he walked Kelly Coral, then he got tough. A couple of strikeouts. He's got 3 on the night. He struck out the side in the first inning. Ground ball hit wide of the bag at third. Meyer with an easy fielding play, and he goes a strike across the diamond. 1 gone here in the bottom of 2. And Evan Overmars will be the batter. He was our guest last night. Had a real good game with the wood and with the leather. With the bat, he went 2 for 3. And made a couple of really nice plays in the hot corner. Hauled in a line drive, playing in a midway in the late innings of the ball game. It was off the barrel of the bat at 98 miles an hour, a smoking line drive. Now to Lewiston, Idaho, and he takes a strike, 0-1. I said he's out of Lewiston. He attends college, Lewis and Clark College. He's from the Seattle area, and he takes a strike, 0-2 here on Overmars. And here comes the pitch. Fastball is under the chin, 88 miles an hour. He is topped out tonight, has Hallpuck at 90 miles an hour. That's the hardest he's thrown. He's in there right about 88 miles an hour in a pretty good groove. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Tied the batter up, and it's a high pop fly into left center field. This ball is going to be surrounded, and the center fielder, Jarrell, on the run in to make the catch, and there's 2 away. And Nico Libid will be the batter. Libid hitting 178, his 24th game tonight. This will be his 74th plate appearance. 13 runs, 13 hits. He's got 8 runs batted in, 6 stolen bases. Slugging percentage of .219, on base percentage of .307. I'll tell you one thing, he has got a live arm. He has got a great hose. And Nico takes high, 1 ball, no strike. 4 in a row have been set down by Hallpuck. And here's the 1-0 pitch, in on the hands, bouncing ball foul at third base.
The Holbuck's done a real nice job of mixing his pitches up. His fastball, as you say, tops out at 90, basically around 88, 89 consistently. But his breaking ball is snapping, and it's at 75.
That pitch is off speed, but it's in the strike zone. Beltline on the outside block. And a count of 1-2. 2 out, bases empty. Here in the bottom of 2. On Irish night of the ballpark. Lots of green draft beer will be sold tonight. And the pitch foul to the screen.
In the first inning, Holbuck's threw 12 balls. This inning he's throwing 4. And he's throwing 8 strikes.
And the 1-2 pitch. That should do it. It's a lazy pop fly on the short right field. On the run in is Trent Jackson. And he's pretty much camped under that to retire the side. 5 in a row set down by this big, tall right-hander. Garrett Holbuck, 6'6". Zeros over the totals as we move to the top of 3. And this telecast brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Ensure your vehicle is road trip ready. By visiting your neighborhood Jiffy Lube today, you'll earn a $25 gift card with a fully synthetic oil change. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving no matter where you're headed in the summer of 2023. Kyle Becker, the designated hitter, going to get it going here in the 3rd inning. We'll have Brock Meyer, the 3rd baseman. That's your 8 and 9 batters. And up to the front of the order, and Corey Gerald. That's a 1-0 lead for the Lefties. And the pitch upstairs, 1 ball, no strike from Brady Kabitovich. Works right off the first base side of the pitching slab. Slide step home, and the pitch is a fastball on the fists. Ball is rolled foul of third base. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Becker. Becker did not appear in the ball game last night.
Well, he did. He pitched at the end.
That's
now.
true.
That's right. He threw that 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Got a good arm.
And here's the 2-1 delivery. Slow ground ball to the left side. Charged by Kelly Coral. Makes the transfer. Throw a little offline. That's why you want a big target at first base. Poole has really become pretty accomplished around the base. Now, you might think first is easy to play. It's not. It's anything but. 6-3 on the putout, 1 away.
Yeah, Tom does a good job. He saved us on a couple last night, and it was a very good play. Kelly threw a little off balance and stretched him down the right field line.
And we'll go to third baseman Brock Meyer. Normally a pitcher. Meyer, 6'1", 195. Attends Chaffee College, a freshman out of Torrance, California. At this level of baseball, you have to be able to multitask. There's no doubt about that. Here he gives the ball a ride straight up the middle, and drifting on over to make the catch is Dan Calabrese. And there's 2 away, 5 in a row set down by Kabitovich.
He only had to take about 2 steps on that.
And Corey Gerald is the hitter. Ball was hit 306 feet up the middle. Exit speed off the bat at 87 miles an hour. Good location. He's, for the most part tonight, hitting his spots, Skibidovich. He got one out over the plate to Mercurio Guardado, who pulled that home run, his first of the year. Farrell with the front foot slightly open, bats from the port side, and he takes one in there at the knee. Strike one to Gerald.
He's got that fastball moving pretty well.
And there's a looping line drive. I think Overmars might have put a little bit of leather on it, but that's going to be an opposite field line drive base hit by Gerald. That one came off the bat at 90 miles an hour. Overmars made a game effort for it, climbed the ladder, hit his left arm extended, and I think it just tipped the top of his glove for a base hit. A 2-out single by Gerald.
That's a prime example of things we've talked about a lot, hitting the ball where it's pitched. That was an outside pitch, went with it, and just out of the reach of Evan Overmars.
Right fielder Trent Jackson is the batter. And the pitch to it, 80-mile-an-hour overhand curveball. Big drop curve, swing and a miss. Strike one here to Jackson. Fly to center his first time through. You can see a very brilliant colored uniform tonight by the Lefties. An orange top, and that's an orange muscle shirt. The body of the uniform is a combination of almost a light blue, deep purple. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but if you wanted to go hunting in the off-season, you wore that, nobody's going to shoot you by mistake. Chang, the second baseman, kind of playing this guy to pull the ball. Runner is on the move. Libet is out of the crouch. Here's the throw, and it's a perfect strike to the bag to Kelly Coral. The slide was nothing to write home about. Gerald had about an 88-foot slide. Not the slide, but that's how far he ran. He was 2 feet shy of the bag when he got tagged.
Yeah, well, that throw was so good, right on the bag. Coral was right there, just waiting for him.
0-1-0-1 the totals. 1-0 the Lefties lead. We'll be right back with the bottom of 3. Bottom of the order here in the inning, and it's Dan Calabrese. It's a high pop fly out into short left field. On the run in hard is Chance Doughty. Makes the running catch as Calabrese is erased on 1 pitch. And 6 in a row have been set down by Garrick Holpuck. Brett Ott is the batter.
If you're a pitcher, that's how you want to start an inning. Get that first pitch out.
Ott was called out on strikes his first time through. Midway at first and third, fully back and fanned apart in the middle infield. The outfield is straight away. There's a bunt, and that ball is going to squib foul of the chalk, and the catcher, Guardado, when he saw it was foul, made a valiant effort, and he did. He picked the ball up in foul territory. Strike one. Here to Brett Ott.
Strike one, and for Brett Ott, he was practicing that in batting practice today, working that little push bunt, and He just got his angle a little off, and then it went foul. That depth and everything was there. That would have been a real tough throw to make with hot speed.
Hot hitting 239 on the season. Out of Rockin', California. Left-handed batter up there. Here's the pitch to him. He fouls it back. 6'1", 180-pounder out of Sacramento State. Spent many a day in Sacramento in the Pacific Coast League. The beautiful ballpark was built there, Raleigh Field, right on the shores of the Sacramento River. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Strike in the outside corner. Red Ott gets rung up. That'll be strikeout number 4. Here for Garrett Hallpuck. 2 gone.
Now that's the second outside pitch that has been called a strike. This is something that the batters have got to get used to. If this umpire is consistently calling that a strike, no use complaining about it. Just understand it and swing through it.
John McGill rolled a single between first and second base. His first time along. Bases empty and 2 away. And the pitch to Johnny inside. 76-mile-an-hour hook thrown by Hallpuck. 1 ball and no strikes. Port Angeles is right across the water from Victoria, British Columbia, northwestern Washington. 1 ball, no strike is the count. Here's the pitch to John, down and away. Backdoor breaking ball. In fact, one of the coaches told me you can see Victoria from Port Angeles.
Well,
regular ferry service between the 2 stops. 2 ball, no strike count. The second baseman Nunez is way out there in right field. He's about 15 feet into short right field and midway between the bags of first and second. Playing John McGill to pull the ball. Now, if he hits the ball like he did last time with that second baseman playing that far back, he probably gets to it. And a line drive foul. John McGill is sitting second in the club at batting average at .325. Tom Poole is 2 points better at .327. The switch hitter, Takayoshi, hitting .316. He's got the night off. Run batted in leader is John McGill at 23. Dan Calabrese at 21. Tommy Takayoshi with 18 stakes on the season. Count is full as Garrett Hallpuck draws a beat on the target. There's the slide step home and the pitch on the way, and John McGill draws ball 4. And Kelly Coral will be the batter. Late appearances, McGill is the leader at 191. Calabrese right behind him at 185 plate appearances. Takayoshi with 170. And that ends the string of putouts initiated by the pitcher Hallpuck at 7. And the pitch foul to the backstop. And here comes the 0-1. A fastball misses high. Topped out at 90 miles an hour tonight. That was considerably slower than that. That was 84 miles an hour. That one was thrown with 2 fingers across 4 seams. Makes the ball rise a little bit. And that's inside. Go to ball 2. 2 fingers with 2 seams will make the ball sink. An outfielder throws with 2 fingers across 4 seams. That's what we call it, but there is only 1 seam on a baseball. It's a continuous seam with 133 stitches. And the pitch misses at the knee, ball 3.
Now this is a pitch that is a hitter's pitch, and we'll see Hallpuck throw his favorite pitch here. 86
miles an hour on the gun, and it's flared foul as Coral was a little late on the swing. Coral is hitting 180. He's had an injury plague year, and he's a better ball player than a 180 hitter. That I can tell you. 25 games, 89 at bats, 7 runs on 16 hits. McGill is on the move, and that ball is parked out into left center field. Big John is on his way towards third base. There he found a new gear. He'll get a red light, a hit and run play. Or with 2 away, you can call that more like a run and hit. whatever you want to call it, that's now got men on the corners with 2 away.
Just a good solid hit, and that ball come in right a little high on the plate, right where Kelly wanted it.
Tom Poole is the batter. He struck out swinging his first time along. We had a big night last night, did Tom Poole. 3-hit night. A couple of runs and a run batted in. And here's the pitch to Poole. Ground ball off the glove, fielded here by Nunez. The glove at the mound, that'll go 1-4-3 in the put out to Tom Poole as he gives that one up a ride. And the Hawks flirt with a run, but not a whole lot more. 1-4-3 on the put out to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And 2 men left aboard. It's a 1-0 Port Angeles Lefty lead. And it is Wednesday night baseball from here at Remax Field. Trent Jackson, the right fielder. He'll get it going here in the top of 4, the 2-hitter in the order. Tito Nunez and Mercurio Juaradado are the batters due up here against Gabitovich. And the first pitch on the outside block. It's a curveball strike. 0-1. And the pitch. Fly ball up the middle. Calabrese on a long run in. He's in on his knees and he puts leather on it. Nicely done by Dan Calabrese. No doubt about it, Danny's batting average has slumped in the second half of the season. But what you don't do is you don't take your bat out into the field. He made a beautiful fielding play on that dying quail.
That's right, and Danny Calabrese has been making those plays all year. He gets such a good jump on the ball. He sees it well, and he's got great hand-eye coordination.
And Tito Nunez is the batter. Curveball at 75 miles an hour from a straight overhand delivery. And that will put Nunez down in a small hole at 0-1. And the pitch, high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. There he snapped off another hook and a real beauty. That deuce in there at 75 miles per hour right down the heart of the plate. And he'll waste one in the dirt. Nico Libet completes the battery. Overmars at third, Poole at first, Coral at short. Chang, your second baseman, out on the picket line tonight. John McGill in left, Calabrese in center, Brad Aud is the right fielder. And the pitch off the head of the bat, and the ball hit back towards the mound. Coral will pick up the ball, make the throw, and it's not in time. That ball was slowed down off the glove of Gabitovich. Had he not touched it, Coral likely would have had an out.
Hey, that was a real good play by Kelly Coral. I mean, you look at it, that barehanded, and he let her go immediately. And like you say, it was just slowed down enough by Gabitovich that took enough off the ball. And Brady just looked over and nodded at Kelly. He nodded back. They know what happened. Now they'll get this batter.
Guardado, the home run man from earlier on tonight. He parked one 371 feet over the wall and right. Took a rip at the pitch and he fouls it away. Strike 1 to Guardado.
Now, I would think that Kabitowicz, he's going to remember that home run. He's going to keep the ball down on Guardado, I would think.
And here's the 0-1 delivery. That's going to miss down low. Mercurio Guardado. I think I've got that first name right. I probably butchered it. 6'1", 190. Attends Los Angeles Mission College. A junior out of Santa Clara, California. Big knee bend on this left-handed batter, and there he pulls the ball towards right. Got out in front of the pitch, and he fouls it away. 1 ball, 2 strike.
You know, that place he lives, Santa Clara, California, is a very pretty town, just south of San Jose. And it's got a wonderful college there, Jesuit College. And, beautiful campus.
Double play depth in the middle infield. There's another ball. This time it's fair and it's pulled down the right field line. Brad Ott will have to play this ball off the grade beam. And that'll be a double for Guardado. I wouldn't throw him middle of the plate in.
Boy, he got that ball up a little bit in the zone again, and you put it up there for this young man, and he's going to drill it. An excellent hit.
So Guardado with a home run, and now he's got a double. He just missed the previous pitch. He hit it sharply, just fouled the chalk up the right field side. There he timed it up a little bit better, and he gets rewarded with a double. So 2 men in scoring position with 1 away, and Owen Alsup, the first baseman, is the batter. Hitting .209 in 45 ball games.
Now this is where a pitcher just got to settle down and play.
And the Hawks will be forced to play the infield up. Here comes the pitch. Shine away. 1 ball and no strikes.
Gonna play in, try to cut off that run at the plate.
Alsup out of West Texas A&M, a sophomore from Roswell, New Mexico. 1 ball, no strike on the batter with the infield in, and the pitch is a breaking ball. Down and away, go to 2 balls and no strikes.
I think Brady's a little upset with himself, and he's starting to force that ball a little bit, and he's got to relax, get back in a groove. Should be fine.
And he misses high ball 3. He's kind of got the right idea. What you want to do with the infield is you got to pitch in. You want to try. That's what you really want is a strikeout. What you don't want is off speed and away with the infield up. And a little flare can fall in. And here's the 3-0 pitch. That's going to be a 4-pitch walk to load the bases. Alsup is aboard and Vasquez is the batter.
Now that's not necessarily a bad thing because now the infield can play a double play depth. They don't have to play to cut off that run on home plate, and it is actually, I think, a little bit easier to play this way. Ray Brown, pitching coach, coming out to talk to his pitcher, Brady Kabitowicz.
So the runners aboard. Nunez at third, Guardado at second. Alsup with a lead at first. He got aboard on a 4th pitch walk. Zambelli's Prime Rib Steak and Pizza House in Leduc. They're open 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturdays. And don't forget Seafood Fridays, with always a beautiful seafood entree and a big hot piping bowl of seafood chowder. Troy Tigers today doubled up the score on the Pittsburgh Pirates in interleague play. It was a 6-3 final. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Tigers. 3 runs on 9 hits for the Pirates. And the Washington Nationals, who haven't won a lot of ball games lately, but they did today down the Brewers. In Washington, it was a 3-2 final, 1-run ball game. Finnegan the winner, Williams the loser. The Astros a 3-2 win over the Cleveland Guardians. Moton the winner. Sandlin took the loss. 3 runs on a 10-hit attack today for the Stros. And here comes the pitch. Ground ball left side. It's Curl. He'll play it on to second to Chang. Off the bag and a relay to first. And boy, does that get a pitcher out of a jam. Hard hit enough to make it not an easy double play, but a double play that was playable. 6-4-3.
Was played to his right side, and he got over there nice and smooth. Very quick release, and Chang just turned it over fast for the double play. And that's why that walk might have been a better thing out.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are. 0-2, 0-2 the totals, 3.5 through, and a good one here tonight. It's a 1-0 lead for the Lefties. Skylar Chang, who got a putout and an assist on that ground ball double play. We'll get it going here. Skylar struck out his first time through. Jacob Potternack and Evan Overmars are the batters. 5, 6, 7 hitters in the Edmonton order. Here against Garrett Hallpuck, 6'6" right-hander. He comes set, the slide step home, and the pitch. 73-mile-an-hour spinner. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Padres and the Rockies today, and it was all Padres. 11-1 victory over the Rockies that aren't a very good club. They're 24 games off 500 at 42-66. The Padres, a game off 500 at 54-55, and they pounded out 14 hits today at the ballpark down in Denver. Kerr the winner, and Freeland took the loss. Ball on the strike. Here's the kick and the pitch. On the fists, and it's a fastball. Good location by this big right-hander. He picked a spot on that pitch, and it's fouled off. Boston Red Sox today with a loss out in Seattle, 6-3. 6 runs on 10 hits for the Mariners. Ball is in on the hands, and it's a dribbler down to the shortstop, Vasquez. The throws on 1 bounce, and staying with it is Alsop, the big first baseman. And Chang is erased, 1 gone.
Holbuck's doing a nice job getting that first batter out, and again mixing his pitches up.
Top of the 6th, it's the Royals leading the New York Mets. 3-0 score at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City tonight. Interleague play for the first part of the week. And the pitch up in the wheelhouse, swing and a foul tip. Scoreless just underway, the Giants and the D-backs in San Francisco. And it was the Braves with a 12-5 victory over the Anaheim Angels at the ballpark in Atlanta. Here comes the 0-1. That ball is hit up the middle. Long way back to try and grab it is Corey Jarrell at second base is Potternack. He drilled that thing a long, long way, 395 feet. Bounced off the shale just to the left of the hitter's eye. And Potternack representing the tying run. That's the second hardest hit ball of the night.
It is, and it just got into the deep part of the power alley and took the center fielder right over his head. So excellent 2-base hit for Jacob Potternack.
Hit it right on the screws. He hit that pitch. The exit speed off the bat, 100 miles an hour. And the Blue Jays did pick up a victory today in the finale with the Baltimore Orioles. 4-1 final score today. Kikuchi picked up the win to go to 9-3. Rodriguez, the loser, he falls to 2-3. And Evan Overmars takes high, ball 1. Fly to center is opening time through. Kikuchi with a really good one-loss record at 9-3, but the ERA belies all that at 13.67. 5 apiece in the middle of 6. It's the Cubs and the Reds today. Top of the 8th inning, the Cardinals lead the Minnesota Twins at Busch Stadium in St. Louis 7-3. Tying run in scoring position with 1 gone here in the bottom half of the 4th inning on Irish night of the ballpark. And the 1-1 pitch is a little floater out into short right field. That's going to fall in. The green light is given. Rounding third and on his way towards the plate. Will come in to score is Paternak. Just beyond the outstretched wrap of Nunez, the second baseman. In fact, he made the throw home. It was on target, but on 2 bounces. And Paternak races in. We're tied at 1.
Great job on the hit, and also a great job running the bases by Jacob Paternak. He cut that third base just right, so he's able to come around and get all the way in and score. Some runners, Al, they'll round that too much and they'll get thrown out at home.
Libid flied to right his first time through. 1-all draw here in the last of 4, and Nico takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Just underway, it's the Athletics and the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium tonight. No score in the ball game. 1 ball, no strike count. Pitch is going to miss at the knee, ball 2. And it's the Phillies in the bottom of 9 with a 2-run lead on the Florida Marlins in Florida tonight. 5 runs, 9 hits. It's a 5-5 tie. We'll make that. Each club with 5 runs on 9 hits. So they're good chance heading to extra innings tonight. Breaking ball down and away. That'll go to ball 3 and strike none. Ball game at the 57-minute mark here in the bottom of 4. For the most part, we have had really quick-moving games this season. Guardado out to the mound. He wants to get on the same page of the hymn book here with Garrick Hallpuck. 2 fastballs and a soft curve. Has seen him now fall behind on the batter. 3 balls and no strikes. Hallpuck going through this Edmonton order for the 2nd time tonight. And unless you have absolutely unbelievable stuff, each time through the order it gets a little tougher. 3 balls and a strike. Here to Nico Libid. Aired out a beautiful throw to gun a runner down at second base earlier in the ball game. And it'll take down an in ball 4. Corey Gerald was the runner in that play in the 3rd inning. He got the landing gear down a little bit early. He was a couple of feet shy of the base. And Kelly Curl put down the tag. 2-6 on that putout. Calabrese is the batter. Go ahead run at second base. And the pitch down and in, 1 ball, no strike. Aman Nacone is the plate umpire tonight. Matt Beaudry is at first. Graham Greider is the umpire working at 3rd. 1 ball, no strike on Calabrese. Double play depth in the middle infield, and the pitch. Curveball is on the inside half of the plate for a strike, 1-1.
Really good breaking ball there by Hallpuck.
Runners take their leads. Ground ball hit down to third base, touches the bag. This is Meyer. Throw across the diamond will get it done. That'll be a 5-3 double play. Ball was hit perfectly to turn that kind of a double play.
It really was. High handles. He was able to take it right on the chest as he's touching the bag, and a straight throw to first.
But the Hawks come back and tie this ball game up with a run apiece. 1 run on a pair of hits. No errors. And 1 man left on base as we move to the top half of the 5th inning. It's Wednesday night baseball, an Irish night at Remax Field. Bottom three of the order due up here in the top of five. Chaz Dowdy, the left fielder. Kyle Becker, the DH, and Brock Meyer, the third baseman. Due up here against Brady Kabitovich, who has for the most part up the zeros tonight. He surrendered the one run, and he did that in the second inning. Here he's going to hit the batter. Dowdy takes one on the left shoulder, and he is aboard.
He was trying that breaking ball, and there was no break at all on it.
And we'll go to Kyle Becker, the designated hitter, on an 0-for-1 night. Having 214 ball games, his 35th plate appearance as we speak, and the pitch is under his chin. 1 ball and no strikes. Of course, the Major League Draft was held not long back. 40 ball players out of the West Coast League were drafted, which is just a phenomenal amount. There was only 20 rounds picked. Bouncing ball here to Coral. He touches second, relays to first, and turns the 6-3 double play. Just about pulled a groin to touch that bag at second.
He did. What a play by Kelly Coral. Let's see this on the replay. He hustles to make the play, gets the tag, and then has to turn to throw.
And as it was, he got his man by feet to spare. And Brock Meyer will be the batter up. The first pick overall this season out of the West Coast League went in the second round. Alonzo Treadwell out of UCLA. Played for the Portland Pickles. The Astros picked him up. And Kabitovich pitches inside. 1 ball, no strike. He's been in aid of 2 outstanding double plays turned by the Riverhawks tonight.
That is so.
And a ball laced out into left field. Drifting back is John McGill. And it gets by him. He did not time his jump as nicely as he would have liked. That'll be a 2-base hit for Brock Meyer. One of the hardest balls for an outfielder to catch is a bullet like that hit right at you.
Now, Johnny McGill misjudged that for exactly the reason you're talking about, Al. Those line drives, there's no trajectory. It's really hard to judge where they're going to start dropping. And he came in a little too much and couldn't make the play on it, so it ends up as a stand-up double.
And Corey Jarrell will be the batter. Second highest pick out of the West Coast League went in the third round. Cade Morris of Nevada. He was a member of the Bend Ball Club, and the New York Mets selected him. Slow ground ball. Field that thing before it goes foul, and Kabitovich is going to do it. And that'll do it. One unassisted here on Jarrell. He knew he had a chance to make the unassisted put-out before that thing squid foul.
That's exactly right. That was a perfectly hit ball, and Brady Kabitovich played it the way he had to. No chance for the batter to get to first base.
0-1-0-1 the totals. Were halfway through regulation innings, and it's a 1-all ball game.
Okay, now you've got some aspiring models for our friends at MVP. Let's create some music. We're going to put a little catwalk attitude to the hop walk. This is going to be for a $50 GC for also like pets. Get a $50 package. All right, here are my fantastic pets and models. Here we go. Look at the attitude. Oh, I love that. That's an MVP photography moment right there. That's all attitude. We're almost got a batter coming out, Donovan, so let's go. Whoa! Baseball. We got one more. Oh, we got a jockey, gentlemen. I can tell them the park. I think I'm going to have to give it to our first young little right here. What is that hair flip move? What do you call it?
Right fielder Brett Ott will get it going. Here in the last of 5. He hasn't had a lot of luck tonight. Any luck he's had has been bad. He's been called out on strikes on pitches away to him. in the first and the third inning. John McGill and Kelly Coral are the batters duo. Ball games are now underway in the West Coast League, and the Cowlitz Black Bears with a 2-0 lead on Yakima Valley in Yakima. That's in the second inning. Nanaimo leads Victoria 1-0 in the home half of the second inning. Here's a 1-ball, no strike count. The pitch to Ott. He pulls the trigger on it and nails the ball out into right field. A hanger out over the plate. Curveball backed up a little bit. The spinner was in there at 73 miles an hour, and Ott was looking for it.
Came in on him a little bit up in the zone, and he got around on him. Excellent hit by Brett Ott.
And Johnny McGill, the batter. They're playing tonight in Kelowna, and the Kamloops Northpaws trail the Kelowna Falcons 1-0 in the bottom of 2. Springfield Drifters a 2-0 lead on the Bend Elks. That's in the top half of the third inning tonight in the WCL. Walla Walla leads Ridgefield 1-0 in the third. And Corvallis and Portland are just getting underway at the ballpark in Portland. John McGill, the batter. Brett Ott, he's a bit of a burner. He can pick it up a little bit. Widens out about a 8-foot lead off the bag, and he's on the move. Hit and run play. Big hole opens up to the left side of the diamond. Finding a new gear is Brett Ott as he chugs on into third base. And that's how you execute a hit and run. Now, he didn't hit the ball behind the runner, but that doesn't matter.
Well executed. They knew who was going to cover that base, and that's where he hit it. Just a very good job in there on the hit and run.
And Kelly Curl is 1 for 1 tonight. He has also drawn a base on ball, and he'll be the batter. He'll shorten the middle infield up. That's Vasquez at short, Nunez at second. Meyer up wide of the bag at third base. Go ahead run, 90 feet from the promised land, and nobody out in the inning. And the pitch, overhand curveball strike, 0-1 to the batter.
Good breaking ball.
The third pick overall out of the West Coast League was in the fourth round. Skylar Hales attended Santa Clara College. Played for the Wenatchee Ball Club. There's a ball belted out into the gap at the right center field. That's not going to get caught. A run's going to come in to score. They're going to wave another one in. This is McGill chugging on towards the plate. The throw is up the road a little bit. Here's the throw to third. Tag down, not in time. That'll be a double in the fielder's choice and 2 runs batted in.
Kelly Coral is having a night both in the field and at the plate. Excellent double and turned it into a triple. I guess it'd be a double and then
double on the third on the throw home, yeah. But he gets 2 stakes. And Edmonton takes a 3-run lead, and Tom Poole will be the batter. They were going to play the infield fully in. They elect not to do so. And I don't blame them with that big bat of Tom Poole's there.
No.
You might want to take out life insurance.
No, they're playing the shortstop in tighter. Thinking they can make a play at the plate.
And the pitch sprayed out into left field for a knock, and that'll make it a 4-1 ball game. As Tom Poole, he doesn't hit many opposite field balls, but there he did. He was looking for something away. Shortened up the swing a little bit, and he lined a bullet.
Now, Tom Poole didn't get a lot on that ball. If that shortstop had been playing at normal depth, he might have had an opportunity to make a play on it. But that's what you do when you're trying to cut off the run. You got to play him tight.
And Skylar Chang is the batter. There's nobody out in the inning. 3 runs have come in to score. Skylar's going to get a knock out into right field just past the outstretched grasp of Nunez. At second is Poole, and the big man chugs on into third base. And Edmonton has really opened it up here in the 5th inning. Poole legs at 180 feet of base track and makes 2 left turns on that line drive base hit by Skylar Chang.
We got some action in the Lefties bullpen now. Looks like Paul Buck getting hit pretty hard, and they're going to try to get somebody ready.
And Potternack on a 1-for-2 night with a run scored. 4th selection overall, went in the 4th round. Joe Redfield played for Victoria, Sam Houston College. Los Angeles Angels picked him up. I have a pretty good idea. He's the son of Joe Redfield that played here in Edmonton about 25, 30 years ago. He was a third baseman. And we will have a meeting at the mound. We've got a right-hander getting up and loose in the bullpen.
Cole Acker is warming up in the bullpen, right-hander for the Lefties. Right now, the coach just looked down to the bullpen. He's going to watch, take his time getting back. They get another hit here. They're going to have to get him in pretty quick.
Third time through the order here for the pitcher, Garrett Hallpuck. He had clear sailing the first time through. Coughed up a run the second time through the order, and here it's been nothing but trouble. 5 straight hits in the front end of this Edmonton order, and Potternack is the batter. He pulled the trigger on a 2-base hit down the left field line. In his last at bat, he's 1 for 2 on the night. Ball game at the 1 hour and 17-minute mark here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Vasquez and Nunez will shorten up to a double play depth. And that Quinella up the middle. Myers going to drop back to midway at third. The outfield is straight away. And here comes the pitch. Ball is hit in the air, and it should be deep enough. Corey Jarrell is going to motor on towards his left and make a catch. Tagging up and walking in to score is Tom Poole. That's exactly what he wanted to do, and he did it. He'll get a run batted in and no time at bat.
That's exactly right. Sacrifice fly and deep enough so they couldn't get the throw in.
And Evan Overmars will be the batter.
We've got a pitching change coming up right now, Al.
That we will, so that'll be the end of the night for Garrett Hallpuck tonight. We'll have his final totals and a little bit of information on the new pitcher in just a minute. New pitcher in the ball game is Cole Acker, 6'2", 175-pound right-hander. Attends Mount Hood Community College. He's a freshman, and he's got a lot of home cooking this summer. He is a product of Port Angeles. He'll make his 15th relief appearance on the year to go along with 2 starts, and he's chewed up 28 2/3 innings on the year. And the pitch is down and away, 1 ball, no strike. 41 hits, 26 runs, 20 earned runs, 12 walks, 13 strikeouts. Logs an 0-3 record with a save and a 6.27 earned run average for Cole Acker. Double play depth in the middle infield. Meyer is midway at third. Ball is belted out into right field. Should be a catchable ball, and drifting in and towards the power alley is Trent Jackson. And raced is Evan Overmars, and you got 2 away. And Niku Libet is the batter. West Coast League is hitting .333 off Cole Acker. And Nico Libet represented the 8th batter to the plate here in the inning. Garrett Holpuck, 4 1/3 tonight. Run totals yet to be determined. 9 hits, struck out 4, walked 3. First 2 times through the order, did a pretty nice job, but that came to an abrupt end here in the 5th inning, the 3rd time through. Libet tonight drew a base on ball, was picked up in a ground ball double play, and he is fly to right in the game. 1 ball, no strike on the batter. And the pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Skylar Chang takes a short lead off at first base. And the pitch is down the middle for a strike. He doesn't throw real hard. That one was in at 68 miles an hour. He throws a lot of sinker balls. And that pitch is going to miss low. As far as Canadians are concerned, the 3-day total of Canadians selected sits at 9 ball players in total, with the Blue Jays accounting for 2 selections. The Atlanta Braves, the Red Sox, the Guardians, Tigers, A's, Phillies, and Tampa Bay each had 1 Canuck selected in the draft. And there's a ball here to Nico Libet. Dan Calabrese will be the hitter. First pick overall from Canada, a 3rd baseman, Miles Naylor, out of Mississauga, the Oakland A's, in the competitive balance round, 39th overall. Junior national team and the Ontario Blue Jays. So he's the first Canuck selected.
Now, Danny Calabrese has been in quite a slump, and it'll be a good time to break out of it.
There he dropped the arm angle down a little bit, did Cale Acker. If you're looking at it on the face of the clock, we're at about 10 o'clock. 1 ball, no strike. The further down you drop your arm angle, the more easy it is to throw a good hard sinker ball. And there he overthrew the sinker. 68 miles an hour and out of the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he throws from that sidearm motion too. You get a lot of spin on the ball, and it's interesting. A lot of these guys have trouble with control.
And the runners break for 2nd and 3rd. Here's the throw to 2nd. Tag put down. The umpire's call dead on arrival is Nico Libet, as he's erased on a pretty good throw by Guardado. Still in all, a good inning for the Hawks, and they'll move to the 6th with a lead of 4. It's a 5-1 ball game. Out of the 6th inning, as the Riverhawks send 8 batters to the plate. In the home half of 5 to take this lead. Trent Jackson tonight, 2 fly ball outs. He's out of Hawaii, big tall left-handed batter up there. And he'll take a pitch down and away, a ball on the strike. Chang midway between the bags of first and second, playing this guy to pull the ball. Jackson out in front of the pitch. And that's a dribbler foul up towards first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second highest pick out of Canada this year was Matt Duffy, a right-hand pitcher out of Burlington. Boston Red Sox grabbed him in the 4th round, 115th overall. And he came out of a place called Canisius College. And the 3rd pick, a left-hander, Connor O'Halloran from Mississauga. 2 ball players out of Mississauga drafted. That's good. The Toronto Blue Jays grabbed him in the 5th round, 157th overall, out of the University of Michigan. And Victoria's Sam Shaw. Toronto Blue Jays got him in the 9th round, 274th overall. Played for a youth club down there, the Victoria Eagles. Speaking of Victoria, they'll be in town here Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Yeah, much improved ball club this year. Bouncing ball, fair at first base. Poole leans across his body, makes the snag. Comes to the bag, and he gets an unassisted put out, 1 away. And Tito Nunez, the hitter. Avery Awusu Asidiu out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. That's a hyphenated name. The Phillies grabbed him in the 9th round, 283rd overall out of Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville. All fans will be happy in Saskatoon. They'll have a team next year in the Western Canada Baseball League. And that's the town that should be represented in that league. 1 ball, no strikes. Call them the Saskatoon Berries. Ground ball here to Chang. Squares off on the ball. Shows some really nice range to his right. Throws a strike to the base, and there's 2 away.
Chang looked like an old-time baseball player there. Come across hard, stayed square to the ball, took the ball, and a quick flip to first base to get the out. We've seen a lot of speed out of this young man this year. He plays that second base position very well.
3,272 in the ballpark here tonight, a little shy of last night's numbers at 4,300. So after tonight, there'll be 4 games left as this club tries to, and I really hope they get it. Get over 100,000, and that's not paid admissions, that's people in the ballpark, and the pitch is a strike. Nothing 1 to Gerardado, who has had a real good night tonight. He swung the best pole in the Lefties lineup, a home run and a double. Both of them bombs that were pulled out into right. The home run was at 371 feet. Now he's got a single, so he's a triple away from the cycle today.
Just what I was going to say. He's having a night.
Gerardado with a base hit to right field, and Owen Alsup is the batter. Ladner, BC's Matt Wilkinson. The Cleveland Guardians got him in the 10th round, 308th overall, attended Central Arizona. And we had a ball player out of Quebec, Pierre Oliver Boucher, out of Saint-Jean-de-Bush in the province of Quebec. Probably the son of Denny Boucher. He was a real good left-handed pitcher. Pitched for Montreal, pitched for the Blue Jays. And he was a left-hand pitcher. Oliver Boucher is an outfielder. Brady Circomanic out of Toronto, the Detroit Tigers selection, 440th overall in the 15th round out of Connors State. And another Quebec ball player, Jeremy Pilon out of Valleyfield, Quebec. Tampa Bay Devil Rays, 18th round pick. 543rd overall from the junior national team. And the pitch, slow ground ball, should do it. Chang up with it. Takes the transfer and the toss onto the bag, and that will do it here in the top of the 6th inning. No runs and a hit. No errors. 1 man stranded, and we'll move to the bottom half of the 6th inning on Irish night right here at Remax Field. Dan Calabrese was at the plate. Nico Liebman was erased at second base on an attempted steal. And he will lead things off. He's bounced into a double play. He's flied to left field tonight. And Calabrese will get it going. Fully back up the middle, midway at first and third. Straight away is the outfield. Jackson is going to play a fairly shallow right. And the pitch. 78 miles an hour off target. 1 ball, no strikes. Brad Ott and John McGill due up here in the inning. And the 1-0 delivery threw him a strike and is fouled away.
Now, as we talked about at the end of the last inning, Danny Calabrese's been struggling at the plate. And he needs a breakout. Get some confidence.
Count of a ball and a strike. Here comes the pitch, and that's right down the barrel at 79 miles an hour. Calabrese is out of the Dallas area, Hurst, Texas, 5'11", 175-pounder. He's a burner out of the University of the Incarnate Word. And the 1-2 pitch. That ball was a good hard sinker, swing and a miss. Bottom fell right out of the pitch, and there's one away. And Brad Ott on a 1-for-3 night will be the hitter. One more game in the series with the Lefties. That's tomorrow night, 7:05. It's Thirsty Thursday at the ballpark. $5 draft beer. Cole Acker kicks and delivers. Sinker ball strike, 0-1. And again, it's going to be the Victoria Ball Club in town through the weekend. There's the pitch in on the hands, and it's a pop up out into short right field, and that ball's going to fall in for a base hit. Brad Ott is aboard on a Texas League single out into right field. Jackson, the right fielder, Nunez, the second baseman. Neither one could get close to it. And that's a single here for Ott. And we have an old saying in this game, that'll look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow.
You know, it's crazy how those things happen sometimes, Al. But now you got a speedster on base. Johnny McGill is stroking the ball really well. We've already seen a hit and run with these two.
Runners on the move, and there's a hit and run. Yes, and that'll bounce a single out into right field. John McGill is the batter. They started the runner. That was Brad Ott. And if there's ever a situation where you want to do that, it's right there. You got a good left-hand hitter, and you've got a burner, the runner at first base.
Exactly right, and they executed it perfectly. They just kept it out of the reach of the second baseman, and Ott was able to get to third base easily.
Brad Ott leads the club in stolen bases. He's got 18. So they're on the hit and run play. The Hawks with one away have got men at first and third base. And Kelly Coral on a real good night is the batter up. Kelly's 2 for 2 tonight. And he's going to get plunked with a pitch. That'll load the bases.
I don't think that's what you want to do with Tom Poole coming up.
Curl walked his first time through, slapped a single. The runner on the move in the third inning, a single to left field, and he knocked in a pair of runs with the ball that he hammered out into right field in the fifth inning. And Tom Poole on a 1 for 3 tonight with a run batted in and a run scored is the batter. Cole Acker, the relief pitcher, kicks and deals, ground ball. Nicely done at first base. Great fielding play by Alsop. He didn't sure that he had the ball, and he did. Comes over, he dives to the bag and erases Tom Poole, and Brad Ott comes in to score.
And it's the only play he had. And I agree with you, Al. I don't think he knew he had the ball for sure. But he had no other play than that. Well hit ball by Tom Poole.
Poole will get a run batted in on the play. So now with men at second and third, Skylar Chang, 1 for 3 tonight, is the batter. And we'll have a new pitcher up and throwing in the bullpen here for the Port Angeles Lefties. It's a right-hander. Wes Penninger starting to get loose. Lead of 5, 6-1 ball game. Here in the last half of the sixth inning, 3,100 in the ballpark tonight on Irish night. The stretch in the 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike. For the life of me, I can't think of a Major League ball player that was born in Ireland. I can think of one that was born in Scotland. That was Bobby Thompson, who hit the shot heard round the world in the one-game playoff. I think it was 1951 against the Brooklyn Dodgers. Breaking pitch is fouled away. Our old buddy Wes Covington played against Bobby. You know, he all through his career, he talked with a Scottish accent.
Yeah, they talked about that a lot with him.
Hit the home run ball off Ralph Branca of the Brooklyn Dodgers. And here's the two-strike pitch. A strike is fouled to the screen. Branca had come on in relief. He was normally a starter. And he was in relief of a big hard thrower. I'm just trying to think of his name. And he was an outstanding pitcher. He had 44 Major League victories before his 25th birthday. Fly ball to right field. Room service fly ball. Trent Jackson is camped into that. And that will retire the side, but a run does come in to score. Don Newcomb was the starting pitcher that day against Sal Magley. So one run comes in to score on 2 hits, no errors. 2 men left, and it's a 6-1 Edmonton lead as we move to the 7th inning. Brady Kvitovich has been the recipient of some scintillating plays made behind him tonight. Calabrese in on his knees, caught a dying quail up the middle in the early innings. The Hawks have turned 2 double plays behind him tonight. And Julio Vasquez will get it going here against Kvitovich. And the pitch is 72 miles an hour and out of the strike zone. 1 ball, no strike. Here to Vasquez on an 0-for-2 night. Kvitovich works out of that straight overhand delivery, and that was a curveball, foul tipped. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And again, he's still getting a good snap on that breaking ball, Al.
Overhand curve, called strike at the knee. .24 degrees centigrade here in the 7th inning. 78 degrees Fahrenheit, a little bit of overcast skies tonight, nothing threatening. And the 2-2 pitch will be up and coming. Kvitovich rocks and deals. Overhand curveball, swing and a miss. 78 miles an hour. He pulled the string nicely on that spinner. And Brady gets the strikeout. There's 1 away. His 2nd K on the night. And Chance Dowdy will be the batter.
Conal Sexton warming up in the bullpen for the Riverhawks.
The Hawks were eliminated from playoff play by Wenatchee on Saturday night. The Bells, the Apple Sox, and the Harbor Cats have all secured playoff spots. Our congratulations to them. Kelowna Falcons and Nanaimo will battle it out for the final North Division placement Well, it's good to see 3 British Columbia ball clubs in postseason play. Down on away pitch, go to 2 balls and a strike. We saw the Kelowna Falcons earlier this year, pretty solid ball club. And the 2-1 pitch. He got under it. There's a mile-high pop-up way up there. Lots of hang time on that baby. About 5 seconds worth of hang. Dowdy is erased, and the fly ball here to Brett Ott out in right field, 2 away.
Underneath it again, a very good pitch by Brady Kibitowicz, and got under it, swinging for the fences. High fly ball.
And we'll go to Kyle Becker. 3 in a row now have been set down by Kibitowicz. Turned the ball over, a swing and a miss. The ball ran away from the left-handed batter. Kibitowicz surrendered a 2-out single in the 6th inning to Guardado. Other than that, in the last couple of innings, he's been pretty much el perfecto. Out in front of the pitch, a dribbler foul at first base, and 0-2 here to Becker.
I think if Guardado gets up again, I'd walk him. He's sure having a night.
Infield is shifted over on this left-handed batsman to pull the ball. And Kibitowicz down and in with the 0-2 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3,272 in the ballpark here tonight. Ball game at the 1 hour and 40-minute mark. And the 1-2 pitch off the head of the bat. Flared foul up the left side and on towards the seats. And that one might be out of the ballpark entirely. Hawks with the left-hander heating up in the bullpen. Right-hander pitching in the bullpen now of the Port Angeles Lefties. And Kibitowicz is down and away, 2-2. 2 gone in the inning. Vasquez has struck out. Dowdy did a mile-high pop up into right field for an out. And the 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss, and that'll get it done. The pitch at 78 miles an hour looked like a straight changeup. Strikeout number 3 tonight for Kibitowicz. 4 in a row set down by Brady. 0's over. And it's stretch time at Remax Field with a 6-1 lead for the Hawks. New pitcher in the ball game is Wes Penninger. Big 6'5", 200-pound right-hander out of Flowermont, Texas. He's a junior out of Utah Valley University. And Penninger will go to work here to Potternack. Pitch is a strike and is fouled away. Penninger makes his 16th relief appearance, 23 and 2/3 innings, 20 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 19 base on balls, 24 strikeouts. And he logs a 2-win, 1-loss record. There's a ball belted out into right field, and that ball's going to hang up a little bit. Trent Jackson motors on towards the power alley to make the catch. Paternak has erased one away.
Hit that ball pretty well, but he didn't get it in the gap. And excellent job by the right fielder, Trent Jackson, by getting over and making the catch.
Penninger with a 4.56 earned run average. The league is hitting .218 off Penninger. And Evan Overmars is the batter. Pitch on the way is right down the dish. The totals tonight for Cale Acker. He worked an inning and 2/3, 1 earned run given up, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. Curveball strike. Bringing around a 0-2 on Overmars. He's got a 1-for-4 night with a run batted in. And the 0-2 delivery. Threw him a strike right on the hands. Lifted foul and off to our right and into the seats here tonight at Remax Field. Seats that are fairly well occupied this evening, 3,272.
You just about had to make the catch on that one,
huh? About, that's right. And here comes the 0-2 delivery. So that's over 7,500 fans through the turnstiles in the first 2 games of this final homestand of the season.
It takes the total attendance this year up to 84,708.
Yeah, there's a hit batsman. Overmars is going to get plunked in the left shoulder. So Penninger with 1 out and 1 on. Been a real tough go here for the Portland Lefties. They're in the midst of a 10-game losing streak. Swept by the Harbor Cats, the Hawks, and the Bells in that order, with only 4 wins in the second half. They've been looking for any chance to get a little bit of success. It looked okay for a while tonight, but they're down by 5 here in the 7th inning. Wes Penninger, big Texas ball player, delivers. And the fastball misses high. 86 miles an hour, the velocity on the pitch. Nico Libet is the batter. 0-for-1 tonight. He's drawn a pair of walks, and there he chases the pitch up in his eyes. 1 ball, 1 strike to Libet. Two really good catchers on this club this year. Nico Libet is one. The other is a veteran, Tommy Takeyoshi, who's getting a night off tonight. And you can just see the difference a freshman and a veteran make.
Oh, you sure can. And we see it all around the club when they're doing infield or batting practice or whatever. The confidence of Tommy Takeyoshi and how he works.
Breaking pitch fouled away.
Good opportunity for Nico Libet to learn from a catcher with the experience of Tommy Takeyoshi.
Nico is out of Chula Vista, California, 5'8", 165. Attends the University of San Diego. Can't say a whole lot about the University of San Diego, but I can sure say something about the town. It's one wonderful place to live. San Diego, they say, with the best meantime temperature just about anywhere. Winter, summer, spring, fall, right about 75 degrees every day.
It's about the best temperature that you'll find anywhere in the world. It's beautiful beaches, excellent restaurants.
And here comes the 2-2. Ball is on the hands, popped up foul. And there won't be a play for the first baseman Alsop. An old buddy of mine named Kirk McCaskill, that's in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, is a great right-hand pitcher in the big leagues with the Angels and the White Sox. Talked to him a few years ago, and that's where he lives. Just loves it down there. Asked him to want to get back in uniform, not a chance. One of the greatest hitters of all time is the proud son of San Diego, Ted Williams. With a fly ball raised out into right center field. That ball is going to get caught on the run by Corey Jarrell, the center fielder. Just got under the pitch, did Nico, and there's 2 away.
Did an excellent break on the ball again by Corey Jarrell. Picked the right angle, made the catch.
Now we'll go to Dan Calabrese.
Did you ever see pictures of Ted Williams when he came out of high school?
He was a string bean, wasn't he?
There's a reason they called him the Splendid Splinter. He was so skinny.
Not at the end. He was a big, strong man at the end. There's a room service fly ball up the middle, and Gerald is there to make the catch as Calabrese is erased. No runs, no hits, no errors, one man left aboard. And we're headed to the 8th inning. It's Wednesday night baseball on Irish night from Remax Field.
What's the prize? A bus stop sign. Wow, bus stop sign. Right from Edmonton Transit? I love it. That's an Irish tradition. It's good luck. All right, brothers. 3, 2, 1, race! Oh, someone got out of the gate fast. It was a pure pass. Oh, yeah. It's like cheering as a fire out there, Greg. Look at this. Oh, look at the direction jump. Oh, don't get out of the person at the back of the pack. Don't try. Now into pitch for your Riverhawks, number 21, Connell Sexton.
Connell Sexton, the left-hander, will come on to pitch here in the 8th inning. So the final totals for Kabinovich tonight, pretty impressive. 7-inning distance, 1 earned run on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit batsman. And you'll get the totals on pitches thrown, balls, and strikes. Sexton delivers, and the pitch is down the middle for a strike. Sexton out of Abbotsford, British Columbia, big lefty, 6'3", 220 pounds, attends San Diego Christian University. Brock Meyer is the batter in the 9-hole, and the pitch down and away. Sexton makes his 9th relief appearance, 10 innings, 11 hits, 9 runs, 4 earned. He's walked a total of 12. He's struck out 4. No record and an ERA at 3.60. Ground ball wide of third base. Overmars is up with it. Sidearms to the target, and there's one away. And Corey Jarrell will be the batter up. Ball game at the 1 hour and 51 minute mark here in the top of 8. And we've had a couple of pretty good moving ball games in this series. Last night, a 2 hour and 10 minute contest in front of 4,369 and the lid lifter of the series. Here with the lefties. The Hawks now heating up a right-hander. And the pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes here to Corey Jarrell. From Connor Sexton.
Al, Brady Kabinovich ended with 88 pitches, 59 for strikes through 7 innings.
There's a ball that's going to get rolled up the middle for a single, and Jarrell gets his second knock of the night. Didn't hit it really hard, but he hit it where they weren't. Just to the right of second base for a knock. Here for Jarrell. And Trent Jackson will be the batter. Not a lot of luck for Jackson tonight. He gave a ball a ride a couple of times, pretty good up the middle, but at 420 feet, good luck hitting the wall. 2 fly ball outs to center and a ground ball out to first. Big kid out of Hawaii, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1 to Jackson. On deck it is Tito Nunez. And there Sexton changed his arm angle a little bit. That was a palm ball changeup at 77 miles an hour. The pitch came in straight as a string, but good off speed. He's topped out at 85 miles an hour. There's a line drive back to the mound. It hits Sexton in the leg, and it's carried him into foul territory, but that'll be a fair ball. As Sexton got plunked with a line drive back up the middle.
Now there might be KJ Ward is warming up in the bullpen, and I got a feeling Sexton's going to be coming out of the game.
He got it right on the leg. You know, he tried to field the ball. That's how much a gamer he is. Now he's going to get up.
Yeah, we'll see. Now he looks like he's going to be okay.
That's why they call that 60 feet 6 inches the gun barrel. Depending on who the batter is, it's like looking down the barrel of a loaded gun.
They'll have to let him throw a few pitches, see if he can go. And he'll want to, you know that. So.
Enoch is an Irish name meaning strong wolf. So there you go, living up to it as well. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Sexton's going to take a second here, get a couple of warm-up tosses. I don't see any alteration in his delivery. And he said, get out of here, I'm okay. And we'll go to Tito Nunez. Got aboard on a 3-cushion billiard shot infield hit in the 4th inning. He flied out and bounced out on the night. Corey Gerald at second base. Trent Jackson takes his lead off at first. That ball was hammered back up the middle. Hit the left leg of Gerald. There's a ground ball down to third. Overmar is up with it. On to Chang. Off the bag. That's 2. Double play ball. 3rd double play turned by the Riverhawks tonight.
Well, they've been rolling the double plays tonight, Al. That's the second 5-4 to 3, isn't it, in the game? And a couple more from the middle infielders. Excellent infield play by the Riverhawks.
0-2-0-1 the line totals. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th inning from right here at Remax Field. Our presentation brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Road trip ready. Today is the perfect day to drive for a Pennzoil fully synthetic oil change. Get a $25 gift card and Air Miles rewards. Visit your locally owned Jiffy Lube. Do it today. New pitcher into the ball game, C.J. Lewis. He's a right-hander, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Jackson State University. He's a junior out of a place called Bloomington, Illinois. C.J. Lewis. Henninger worked the frame tonight, zeros over with a hit batsman. Lewis will make his 13th appearance in relief on the year, no starts. Logged a lot of innings, 35 1/3, 26 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned runs. And here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Lewis with an ERA of 4.09. 1 win, 2 losses, 1 save. C.J. Lewis, the pitcher. 0-1 is the count. And the pitch is a fastball up high. Starter tonight was Garrick Hallpuck. 4 1/3, 5 earned runs on 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Cole Acker went an inning and 2/3, 1 run earned. And he scattered 2 hits. And the pitch, line drive to the right side. And Alsop, the first baseman, makes a nice play. Ranged about a foot to his right, hauled the ball in.
Brett's not too happy. He really tagged that ball well. Just an excellent play by Owen Alsop on that. Took a double away from Brett Ott.
That he did. Alsop with a beautiful fielding play. And McGill on a 3-hit night with a run scored as the batter. John takes outside. Zambelli's Prime Rib Steak and Pizza House presents our out-of-town scoreboard tonight. We're in the bottom of 4. They're down in Yakima. And the Cowlitz Black Bears with a 7-2 lead. A lead of 5 on the Yakima Valley Pippins. Pitch outside. Nanaimo leads Victoria, 3-1 score. They're playing the top half of the 4th inning at that beautiful Harborside Ballpark in Victoria. Haven't seen it, but I understand it's a beauty. Fully back on the middle infield, midway at first and third. McGill sprays the ball foul down the left side. Bottom of 6, it's Wenatchee 2, Bellingham 1. Top of 6, Walla Walla leads the Ridgefield Raptors tonight, 7-0. Kelowna Falcons are leading the Kamloops North Paws in the bottom half of the 5th inning in Kelowna. 4-0 is the score. And the 2-1 delivery is a strike on the outside block. Springfield with a 3-0 lead in the 7th inning on the Bend Elks. And Corvallis and Portland are scoreless through 3 innings tonight at the ballpark in Portland. And here comes the pitch. It's high and away. A.J. Ward heating up in the Edmonton bullpen. We may see him to come in and pitch the top of the 9th inning. 3-2 delivery and a fly ball to straightaway center field right in the direction of Corey Jarrell. A room service fly ball, and there's 2 away. And Kelly Coral, the batter. Coral awaits the pitch. He swings at it. It was a strike, and he fouls it away. Two out, and the base is empty here in the last half of the 8th inning. And the 0-1 pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 0-2. The Lefties tonight with a orange trim over somewhere between a blue and a purple uniform. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And we're ready to go. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Sawed him off. Bouncing ball down to third. Bobbled, picked up, throw on a bounce. Not held at first base by Alsop. Meyer had a little trouble with the transfer from leather to the throwing hand.
You know, one thing the Coral does is he's got very good speed down that line, and he forces you to get rid of the ball very quickly. You make mistakes.
The score of that is an error on the throw. First error of the ball game. Been a cleanly played ball game here tonight. And Tom Poole is the batter. And here's the pitch on the way. Down and away. 1 ball, no strike. Poole knocked in a run with a bullet hit up the middle his last time along. And the throw is to the shortstop Vasquez as he ranges to his left and sidearms to the bag. And that'll do it for Tom Poole. Hit the ball where it was pitched. Hit it pretty good, but it'll just go for a ground ball out. No runs, no hits. One error, one man left aboard. And we'll move along to the top of the ninth. Back with that before you know it.
Edmonton Riverhawks, number 45, KJ Ward.
As we move along to the top of the ninth inning, the Port Angeles Lefties are going to see one of the hardest throwers in the West Coast League. He is a fireballer. KJ Ward, big Houston, Texas right-hander, 6'6", 265-pounder. Last attended Park University in Gilbert, Arizona. So KJ will go to work, and he'll make his third relief appearance against 8 starts. Probably was a bullpen day for him today, John, so instead of that, they'll get him in to the ball game, get him stretched out a little bit. I'm sure we'll see him as a starting pitcher before this homestand is wrapped up. 35 innings, 32 hits, 25 runs, 24 earned. Had some control issues this year. 26 walks to 33 strikeouts. Touched 98 miles an hour in a ball game a couple of weeks back right here in Edmonton.
That was
that
a
pitch at
94
94
mile an hour
yeah.
pitch, and his first one was 95. So he's in there again. It's that control issue, Al, and we'll see if he's got it tonight. Personally, I'd be walking this young man, but KJ's a battler. He's going to try to get him.
Guardado was one single away from hitting for the cycle as he got one in below the label and fouled it back. That's going to sting a little bit. 95 miles an hour below the label. Ward with a 6.17 earned run average. League hitting 237 off KJ. They got him straightened out a little bit. He was kind of a mess when he started the year. His arm angles were all over the place. He was walking batters. And here's the rock in the 1-2 pitch. Didn't come close to catching up to it. Flares it foul and down into the left field seats.
Again, working that fastball. Get up 96 and put that in on the hands.
But Guardado needs a triple to get the cycle. He's got a single, a double, and a big fly ball. And here comes the 1-2 delivery. And he misses at the knee. And he's bringing it tonight. That was at 95 miles per hour. Sure, your vehicle performs its best by visiting Jiffy Lube for an oil change today. No appointment necessary. Warranty approved. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving. Channing playing this guy to get around on Ward. He's parked midway between the bags at first and second and fully back on the infield skin.
That looked like KJ was trying his breaking ball. He threw a couple in warm-up and just off the plate with him. He's mainly throwing his fastball, challenging Marcano.
3-2 pitch on the hands, rolled foul at first base. Ward had leaned over the back slope of the mound and took a tug in the rosin bag.
This is a real good at bat for Guardado. He's every bat he's had has been good. But here he's facing a guy that's throwing faster than he's seen all night. And he's staying right with him.
Ground ball, it's going to be fair at first base. Tom Poole is up with it. Onto the bag, and there's one away.
Boy, Tom Poole just about didn't make that. Guardado showed some speed getting down the line. But excellent pitching on that by K.J. Ward.
And Owen Alsop will be the batter up. The big first baseman on 0 for 2 night. Port Angeles Ball Club will get out of here Friday morning. Flight to Victoria, and they'll take the ferry across to Port Angeles and wrap the season up against the Bellingham Bells. KJ's delivery, 95 miles an hour with a little bit of movement on it. Swing and a miss. Here to Alsop. He is popping the pill tonight.
He is popping it, and he's doubling up the strikes to the balls, which is what Ray Brown really wants to see from him. So good breaking ball.
Yep, came back with a curveball on the inside half of the plate at 80 miles an hour on that spinner. And that'll bring the count to 0-2 here to Alsop. .6'6" right-hander out of Houston, Texas. Threw another curveball. And there he got 2 miles an hour less velocity on that spinner, 78 miles an hour.
He put that curveball on the outside, and just an excellent pitch by K.J. Ward.
And Julio Vasquez, the shortstop, stands in the way of a game finish here for K.J. Ward. It's not a save situation. And when we're done, of course, we'll have our post-game show. We have requested that Kelly Coral come up and join us tonight. A scintillating game with the leather today. Pretty good with the stick as well. And Ward rocks and delivers. The fastball is in there at 96. It's the hardest he's thrown tonight. And it's a strike. Watching him in batting practice here and there, and he bats, and normally pitchers don't bat. He's got a pretty good stroke. He's got some power. And here's the 0-1 delivery. Out held cleanly by Nico Libet. Count is even on a ball and a strike.
Now, KJ's a pretty good all-around athlete, I think, Al, and a very quiet young man. Loves to play.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count, and the pitch. Look out. Vasquez ducked out of the way of that one, and a good thing he did, or he'd have a headache.
It's very fortunate that was the breaking ball, not the fastball.
Ball game at the 2-hour and 11-minute mark here in the top half of the 9th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count, and Ward's delivery, breaking pitch down and away.
Now this is interesting because KJ is throwing 3 straight breaking balls to this batter.
And here's the 3-1 pitch. Laid on the fastball. It's a high pop fly down the line in right field in foul territory. Ball was surrounded. Poole, Chang, and Ott all converging on that foul pitch. And that was 93 miles an hour, and he was nowhere near catching up to that.
No, they just couldn't get to her, and one of those just didn't matter how fast you are, just out of the reach.
Tomorrow night, 7:05 for the series finale on Thirsty Thursdays. Tap beer for $5. Where are you going to get that kind of a deal anywhere today? And here's the 3-2 delivery. Threw him the breaking pitch, 76 miles an hour on the hook. Foul to the backstop. And the pitch. That was at 93 miles an hour, right down the pipe. Foul straight back.
Now showing tonight that KJ is very confident, not only with his fastball, but with that breaking ball. He's thrown it quite a bit the last two batters.
Chance Dowdy, the on-deck batter, hitting out of the 7th spot in the lefty lineup. And the pitch. Give him another strike. That was a fastball. At 94 miles per hour, Vasquez got a piece of it. Been a good at bat here for Vasquez. On an 0-4-3 night, he's flied out, bounced into a double play, and struck out. And here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. 82-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch up in the wheelhouse gets it done as KJ records his second strikeout of the inning. 0's over here in the top of 9, and the Riverhawks have won 2 straight at the expense of the Port Angeles Lefties. We'll be back with the final totals in our post-game show before you know it. All right, this is Al Coates back at Remax Field in Edmonton. Final totals in the ball game: 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and 10 left to board for Edmonton. 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error, and 6 left to board. Tonight for the Port Angeles Lefties. The winning pitcher was Brady Kvitovich. He threw 88 pitches, 59 of them in the strike zone. He'll go to 4-2 on the year. And in the 54-game schedule, that's 6 decisions. That's a lot. Pitched outstanding tonight. 7-inning distance, 1 earned run on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit batter. Connell Sexton worked an inning. He got nailed with a pitch back up to the mound, but he stayed in the ball game. And his totals, he worked 1 inning, 2 hits, and allowed no runs. And KJ Ward topped out at 95 miles an hour tonight. He had a ground ball out and 2 strikeouts in a non-save situation. Garrett Hallpuck, the starter and the loser, he was okay for the first 2 times through. The 3rd time around was his undoing. Tonight, 4 1/3, 5 earned runs on 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, as the Riverhawks were able to bunch together 5 straight hits, 4 of them singles, 1 double, and they produced 4 runs, and they never really looked back in the ball game tonight. Edmonton will improve to 10-13 in the second half, and they've won 5 consecutive games at the expense of the Port Angeles Lefties, who are in a world of hurt right now. They've lost 11 straight. Port Angeles with a 4 victory and 19 loss record on the year. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 14 minutes, 3,272. We're here to view it as John Short joins us again on our post-game show. Kibidovich got himself a 7-inning distance tonight, and he was the recipient of some scintillating defensive plays. Early in the ball game, Calabrese in on his knees, and he got a hold of a little flare, didn't allow it to fall in, and no less than 3 ground ball double plays.
That's the impressive thing, is the quality of the defensive play. You and I have talked about it a lot. It's improved remarkably since Kelly Coral went into play shortstop. It's also improved remarkably since the new young third baseman has taken over. The left side looks like it could operate very well at a higher level of baseball.
The 3 double plays, one was a 5-4-3, one was a 6-3, one was a 6-4-3, if you used the numerical designation of the infielders, and none of them were easy double plays, but they made them look easy.
It's true, and Kelly Coral made another defensive play right at second base that was worth writing home about. As you point out, there were 2 great catches by Calabrese in center field. It was a really strong defensive performance on a night when it wasn't needed, because, to be fair, the Port Angeles Lefties looked like a team kind of anxious to go home.
Well, the 6-3 double play occurred with, that was in the 5th inning, and it was Chan's Dowdy getting aboard. He got hit by a pitch. Kyle Becker hit a ball up the middle. He hit it hard. Coral fielded the ball, and then he just about pulled a groin. He had to come back across the body and plunk his left foot on the bag to get the out, and released an absolute rocket to first base, and the batter was out by about 5 feet.
And it was the quickness of the whole protest. Getting to the ball was difficult. Making the play was incredibly difficult, and then getting away a throw as strong as that.
And a good night at the plate for Kelly. He struggled last night. He put the ball into play 3 different times, and all 3 of them he turned them around pretty good, but they all got caught. He drew a walk in the 1st inning. He slapped a single on a hit-and-run play in the 3rd inning. He parked it out into left center field. Knocked in a couple of runs with a monster he hit out into right field in the 5th inning. He got 2 runs batted in on the play and would come around to score. Hit with a pitch in the 6th, and he reached base on an error in the 8th inning. So, again, tonight, the front end of that order does a lot of damage.
It did, and Johnny McGill, of course, with 3 hits and a walk, was a big part of that. They were in control, and as you say, it broke open in the 5th inning. They got 5 hits, I think, on 8 pitches. First pitch, second pitch, first pitch, second pitch, first pitch. They did it very quickly, very efficiently, and ended the game for all practical purposes right at that time.
Well, now with a 10-13 record, there is a possibility that the club could finish the second half as a 500 ball club, and with a tough year we've had, that's something.
It is, and again, I was surprised. I'm always surprised to look at the improvement of this team. Not only is the improvement evident in the wins and losses, but it's evident to the eye. You don't have to be a veteran observer as you are, and as I claim to be. You have to be somebody who can watch athletes in performance and as they perform, and what you see with these kids is excellent performance night after night.
Okay, now Kelly Coral will be up on our post-game show tonight. We just got that confirmed. He's just got a little bit of medical attention he's got to take care of. Kelly came into the ball game today hitting a .180, and he's a way better player than that. It's been a tough season for him. He got an injury. I think it was on his bottom hand, his left hand, and it took a while, and they're nagging injuries. The only thing that really cures them is rest.
Well, you had a bit of an advantage, you and your partner during the broadcast, John Bellman. You saw Coral last year, and you kept saying to me, the team will get better at shortstop when he can play. He'd only played a game or 2, played very little, and then, as you say, got injured. I kept waiting for him. I didn't expect him to be as good as this.
Again, I talked about it last night with Overmars, who was our guest. Those are 2 Seattle area ball players. Overmars at third, Coral at short. And they've really plugged up the left side of that diamond. Not that the other players haven't done a nice job. Potternack was okay at third base. Wheatley came in and filled in the breach for a while as a shortstop as well. But that is really an accomplished infield right now. Overmars at third, Coral at short. Skylar Chang was in there at second base today, and he was a pivot man on 2 ground ball out, double plays. Big Tommy Poole is he's played well in left field. He was a DH most of last year, and he's done a nice job over at first base. He's a big target for a guy to throw to.
Well, if you look at the outfield, there will not be very many university outfielders better than Danny Calabrese in center field. And every night I see big Brett Ott doing a number, and he is a big kid. He's a good outfielder too.
Mercurio Giordano tonight hit a monster, a 371-foot home run that he pulled over the wall in left field in the second. He got a double to right in the fourth. He punched a single in the right in the sixth inning. So it was a 3-base hit away from the cycle. Now, that's not easy to do.
The challenge of that was when Ward looked at this young catcher in the ninth inning. It was fun to watch power against power.
All right, Kelly Carl does join us. Good to have you up here, Kelly. Nice job with the leather. Good job with the bat tonight. You didn't get a whole lot of luck last night. You turned 3 of them around, and they all got caught, but not tonight.
Yeah, it feels good to, do my job at the plate. The coach stuck me in the 3-hole tonight, probably to just try to give me some confidence, and I think it worked. I felt really good, and I was seeing a lot of pitches, and yeah, bouncing back from last night, that's the story of being a baseball player. When you hit the ball hard, sometimes they don't fall for you.
No, that hard bouncing ball up the middle, you fielded the ball, then you just about pulled the groin to get your left foot back onto the bag at second and make the relay. That was not an easy double play to turn.
Yeah, that was fun. Those are the plays that I practice in BP every day. I have the coaches, hit them in the hole, hit them up the middle, and try to do the best I can and turn them crazy plays. And that one was a little weird, but I'm glad that I got the job done for Brady.
Now, this is a little before your time. Me and John would certainly remember. Pete Rickard was our pitching coach here one year, and he was a teammate of Brooks Robinson, the Hall of Fame third baseman with Baltimore. And every day in Florida, after a home game or a road game, because the parks aren't far apart, there was a whole bucket of balls with a B on them. They were Brooks Robinson balls, and he took an extra bucket each and every day. You never saw him, but he was a magician.
That's really cool. That's impressive. That's something that people should strive to do. That's awesome.
As we talked to Overmars last night, it's a game of repetition. As in the professional ball, you'll be fielding ground balls every day right from the start of training camp to the point when that ball comes your way, you don't even think about it.
Right. It's got to become second nature, and that's kind of how it feels, especially on this field. It feels really nice. The balls play well off of it, and I read the ball off the bat pretty well here, and it feels great. It feels like second nature. So.
What did you have to do to get your timing back after hurting your hand? Give us details on the injury, too, if you will, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was basically just an injury that happened in Nanaimo. I fouled a ball back and pulled some ligament in my wrist, and basically I went out the inning after and I couldn't squeeze my glove closed. So I basically lost all the grip strength in my hand. So I've honestly I took like about a week or so off, a week or two off, and then I started fielding again, and I waited until I could swing a bat. Might have jumped the gun a little bit early, but it feels really good now, and it's all just been repetition. I actually was taking a bunch of swings one-handed with my backhand. That might have helped. Out the swing a little bit. So.
Well, Kubinovich got you 7 good innings tonight, and he threw strikes, and he works quick, and that's how you get plays made behind you.
Absolutely, I love that guy, and we go to Niagara together, and he does the same thing there, and I'm really excited to get back there and watch him pitch, play behind him.
Now, these two, John Belmont and Al Coates, I've known them both for years. They have an advantage over me. They watched you play last year, and I didn't. How do you rate your play this year, considering the injury and everything, compared to last year?
I think this summer has been a lot of learning for me. I've matured as a hitter, but I'm hitting a lot more balls harder this year, less are falling for me. But in terms of like average and stuff like that, I don't really look at it, and I never will. But I know I'm not doing as well as I was last year, but I feel better than I did last year. I feel like I can do more damage at the plate. I feel like I'm more of a weapon out there and out on defense as well.
Well, you're we were 180 hitter coming into play tonight, and I made the comment on the broadcast tonight. You're not a 180 hitter.
Appreciate that.
No, you're not.
That's how I feel too.
There is a chance that this club could finish as a 500 team in the second half. You 3 off 500 with 4 to play. And after the tough struggle has been this year, that would be a victory right in itself.
Absolutely. And all the guys in the clubhouse, no one's giving up because it's the end of the summer. We all want to finish good, and we want to, give it our all, play to the best of our abilities, and that's what we're going to do the rest of the week.
And one thing hasn't changed from last year. They open up the gates at 6 o'clock, and the fans just smoke into the ballpark.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yesterday, I think we had like 4,000 people here, and tonight, 3,000 or something like that. So it's great. The city of Edmonton really shows out for us, and we're just all thankful. It's really fun to play in front of these people.
Tell me about the difference between last year's club, which didn't start well but finished well. This year's club didn't start well, is finishing much better. What's the difference between the two teams for you?
I think last year we just had a lot more a lot more mature pitching. I think a lot more of the guys on our pitching staff are a little bit older this year. Majority of the guys on our team are a little bit younger. So the start of the season was rough. We have a lot of high school guys on the team. So them making adjustments is going to take a little bit longer for a guy that's been in college for 3 years. And it's easy to tell because certain pitches made and walks and stuff like that in the first half were kind of hard for us. But
Ward came in, he pitched the 9th inning. He topped out at 95. The spinner was at about 76, and he got through it. And he had the tough start at the start of the year, but he's come right around. This guy is one of the hardest throwers in the league.
Yeah, I love that guy. We were riding in the car, Jim, the music today, talking about baseball and everything, and smoking and ping pong too, so I hope he hears this. But yeah, he's a good dude, and he works his tail off, and I'm really proud of him because he's made a huge jump in the past 2 years, and I hope he keeps on working.
Where do you go from here? Back to school? What are your plans?
I'm heading back to Arizona, home to see the family for a few days, and then I'm going to drive a car out to Niagara Falls, New York, cross country. So 30-hour drive.
What kind of a league do you play in there?
It's the MAC, MAAC. It's a good competitive league. It's not as well known as a lot of the other leagues here on the West Coast in the U.S. and some of the bigger schools like Power 5 conferences, but it's a great league and a lot of competition, and I love it. And yeah, excited to be back.
Okay, Kelly, thank you much for joining us. Good job tonight, turning those 2 double plays. Had a good night with the stick. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, sir.
All righty. And watch out on the sir. Kelly Coral, our guest here tonight on the post-game show, as the Riverhawks come away with a victory. They're 5-0 against the Lefties. They're just having a terrible go here at the end of the season. But they go out, John, and they pencil in 9 batters tonight. And I wouldn't say they give the Riverhawks a real run for their money, but I've been on clubs like that, and it's not fun.
It really isn't, and that's what impresses me with these kids. They're young. It's easy to get discouraged when you're young, as it is when you get older. But these kids haven't shown any sign on the field of being discouraged, even in the early season when they obviously were having bad nights and getting bad results.
Okay, John, thank you very much. John Short joins us on our post-game show each and every night. Again, quickly, the totals tonight. 3,272 to watch it, so that's better than 7,500 through the turnstiles the first 2 nights. Another quick ball game, 2 hours, 14 minutes, 1-8, 1-6 the totals. For the Lefties, 6-11, 0-10. For the Hawks, Garrett Hallpuck takes the loss, falls to 1-3. Gabitovich is the winner. He'll go to 4-2. He threw 88 pitches tonight, 59 of them in the strikeout zone. And we'll have the series finale tomorrow night. 7:05 contest. It's Thirsty Thursday here at the ballpark. Until that time, when we pick things up right after the national anthems, you have a very pleasant Wednesday night. And good night, one and all, from Remax Field in Edmonton.